Good day to Dr. Razif and my fellow friends. Today, we from Group 5 will be presenting on coagulation and flocculation, and my group members consist of Loo Jing Lin, Poh Xue Lian, Khairul, myself Phavanesya A, Subashiny A, and also Tharania A. Now let's move on to the first part, which is on flocs. So flocs is a small, loosely aggregated mass of flocculent materials that is suspended in or precipitated from a liquid. The main function of it is to help remove impurities from water during water treatment, such as water clarification. Now moving on to the types of it, it has 4 types, which is activated sludge, organic matter, sweep flocs, and also charge neutralized flocs. So that's all for my part. Now I would like to pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Poh Xue Lian, 20854, and I will present for the coagulation agent. There are 3 types of coagulation agent, which is alum, iron salt, and lime. For the alum, aluminum consumes alkalinity and forms aluminum hydroxide flocs, which are least soluble at 7 pH. For the iron salt, with the reaction above, ferric flocs are positive below 6 pH and negative above 8 pH. For the lime, it reacts with orthophosphate and forms calcium hydroxide apatite precipitate at pH more than 10. That's all from me. Thank you.
Now I'm going to explain about mechanism. Coagulation chemical with charge opposite those of the suspended solid are added to the water to neutralize the negative charge. So the small suspended particles are capable of sticking together, and slightly large particles are called microflocs and not visible to the naked eyes. Flocculation, a gentle mixing stage, and increase the particle size from a sub-microscopic microfloc to visible suspended particles, and it starts to stick to the bottom of the tank or beaker and can be removed by using filtration, and is called as a sludge. Then next is the examples of coagulation and flocculation that used in water treatment plant. That's all from me.
So next is the advantages of the coagulation and flocculation method. So firstly, it reduces the time required to settle out the suspended solid, which is very effective in removing fine particles which otherwise it will be difficult to remove. Next is the capital cost needed for this method is really inexpensive. And the last one is it is effective. The coagulation method is effective in removing many protozoa, bacteria, and viruses.
So for my part, I will be presenting on the disadvantages of coagulation and flocculation process. A major disadvantage of this technique is the operational cost. In some cases, considerable quantities of coagulant and flocculant is needed to achieve the required level of flocculation. A certain quantity of physical chemical sludge is also formed, which is normally processed externally. This cost can escalate, particularly with large volume of wastewater. Next, the correct dosage of chemicals is also very important for the process to work correctly. Coagulants need accurate dosing equipment to function efficiently, and the dose required depends on the rock water quality that can vary rapidly. This is not straightforward when dealing with wastewater that varies significantly in composition. Last but not least, this technique requires the addition of non-reusable chemicals. So that's all for my part. Thank you.
Okay, so now we will proceed to applications of coagulation and flocculation process. There are 4 types of applications, such as water treatment and purification, chemical treatment for industrial wastewater, sewage treatment, and stormwater treatment. But now we were focusing more on industrial wastewater treatment, which is one of the most typical applications in our real life. This figure shows an industrial wastewater treatment using coagulation and flocculation methods. Coagulation and flocculation processes are needed in wastewater treatment in order to remove colloidal substances from water and also to satisfy potable water requirements. The effects of coagulation are improving primary treatment for raw sewage, effluent polishing, and phosphate removal, while the effects of flocculation are improving setting of particles in sedimentation tank, increasing removal of suspended solids and BOD, and lastly improving performance of settling times.